Another day, another story. That's what it's looking like when it comes to Miss Ellen DeGeneres, where new bombshell claims have erupted this morning from its staffers coming to speak out. It's been 5 to 6 years since this whole scandal began, leaving Ellen to leave her show permanently and now run to the UK to where she resides with her wife. But even after 5-6 years, why are their stories still coming out today? What is the reason behind any of this? Why is this happening now? And I can imagine that she is extremely upset with what is going on. We have to get into these new claims that have come out today. Listen closely. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. I'm still in London, but I have booked a hotel. My friends from New York are here, my really good friends. And so I just thought it would be silly to also book a hotel room in the same hotel they are in so that we can all just spend the weekend together in London. It's just so funny to do. I don't know why. I have no reason for why I've done this. I just think it's just so silly. But I'm loving the view. Like, I know it just sounds silly, but the view of just like all this greenery, it's just pretty cool. But anyways, this is where I'll be for the next couple of days because I just thought, why not? I'm still very much in my city. But we have to get into these new claims. Now, of course, I discussed new claims 24 hours ago where we had somebody coming to discuss vicious stuff about what Helen was doing. Well, now it looks like another former staffer has come out because he, for some reason, is having bravery. And the reason why I say for some reason is because this took place 5 to 6 years ago. People came out and spoke 5 to 6 years ago. So what is happening that is causing for this to come out right now? This particular staffer is not holding back and is calling Ellen DeGeneres the C word. See you next Tuesday. She was rough. She was the C word. He went on to describe how Ellen's true colors emerged once the show started winning awards. She became mean because she was back on top. There was a lot of crying in the hallways from the staffers. They were traumatized. They were first-time writers who could not handle her brutal treatment. Fitzsimmons, the writer's name, also detailed how an innocent audience warm-up routine once quickly went south with a comedian. According to Fitzsimmons, DeGeneres completely lost it during a taping when the audience did the wave during her opening monologue, something he had taught them as a warm-up bit. She was effing seething. She was pissed. If you didn't pitch in her wheelhouse, she looked at you like you just had effing stabbed her puppy. This isn't the first time. Back in July 2020, when BuzzFeed did the initial investigation, reports of toxic workplace, culture, the be kind BS only happen when the cameras are on. It's all for show. I don't think I can say anything that's ever going to get rid of that reputation or dispel it, which is hurtful for me, she told the BBC. She's an empathetic, compassionate, and not in her control. So, to leave initial first-time writers crying in the hallways, calling her to see you next Tuesday, not happy with certain audience warm-up styles, and yet you're publicly coming to tell the world that this is a be kind nature when that isn't the case at all. And so this is a huge disparity to what Ellen has been showing to us publicly. And what I'm trying to get with this, and why I've recently started talking about Ellen once again, is that if this is what she is presenting herself to be, a kind, patient, small, cuddly, elder woman kind of, image, and behind closed doors, she's an evil witch. If she's publicly hanging around P. Diddy and being friends with him and calling him certain nicknames, what is she behind closed doors with that?
Can't wait.
Complete 180. Presenting to us, friends with him, you have nicknames, you can't wait till he comes to the party. He is, the party comes alive when Diddy arrives. All of this is friendly, you're jovial, you're friends. But behind closed doors, you and Diddy turn into different witches and demons during this whole party, instigating certain rituals to go on for you to prolong the careers that you've had. That's what this is. This is what is giving me, let alone the Wayfair scandal and all of that, which was very confusing. Not only that, but then her coming to the Cotswold, her coming to the UK, and where she's living, the life that she's living is very 180. You have to understand, she's left all of her celebrity friends. She left the glitz and the glamour of LA and, the peaks of the talk show to live in a farm, basically, in the Cotswold in the UK, surrounded by nature, and where it's just her and her wife, some assistants, and a friend or two. The complete opposite. A lot more peaceful. Why is there such a significant 180 change? Because it's not because of Donald Trump. She has all the funds to defend herself against that man when she needs to in the United States. The reason why I believe is because she's running away from something. She's running away from stuff. Was she petrified during P. Diddy's trial? I believe so. Just like how Whitney Webb did the whole conversation about how Epstein and P. Diddy are connected, that they're under the same oligarch networks. Of course, Diddy and Ellen are connected. Of course they are. How many connections she has with people. I just think it's very interesting that new stories about Ellen are coming up as of today and yesterday, and her running to the UK, living a complete opposite life to what she was living there. She's living this life in the Cotswold because she's just had enough of that life, trying to escape it, doesn't want it anymore. Because if she was really about the presenting and talk show lifestyle, she would have been picked up something in the UK to do. That isn't happening. There isn't any demand for Ellen in the UK anyways, to be honest with you, but that isn't happening. Do you really believe that workplace toxic culture allegations are the sole reason for why Ellen had to leave her talk show? I don't believe that. Yeah, it was a lot for her to go through. Yeah, her being exposed as a bully as well. But she could have came back 2-3 years down the line. But instead, she decided to can the show, run to the UK, escape the country, and live a complete different opposite life. And now we don't see it anywhere. I don't know. I just find that these stories and how they're coming out to say that she would basically leave people crying in the hallway, and that she was a see you next Tuesday, she was an evil bully of a person, and that she was effing seething about certain stuff. And yesterday's story about how she had this kind of demonic stare where her eyes were gaunt, cheeks were in, and she was staring at somebody to imply that she was angry with them, is very different to the Ellen that we know publicly. So whatever she's doing publicly with Diddy and anybody else is also going to be very different to what she's doing in the private world. I think she's just a very interesting character to discuss and, talk about, which is why I did that kind of deep dive yesterday. Not only to mention, I believe the DJ that basically worked with her, and I completely forgot his name, Twitch, there we go, and that whole scenario. And then the widow, Alison Holker, talking so many rumors basically about his relationship with Ellen. Do you guys want a conversation about Twitch on this channel, looking at him and, the mysterious of his passing and, basically what his wife was saying and the whole relationship with Ellen? Because that in itself was weird. There's way too many weird examples attached to her name. And my question is why? What is it? What is going on with Ellen's name that she keeps attracting all of this BS? New reports. You're creating people to have tears in the hallway. That's how evil and rude you are to people. Ellen, we don't know this to be of you. And why is all of this coming out now? We've been done and dealt with this whole story. Why is there new conversations happening about her right now? I would love to know. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. That's all you guys have to do. It goes a long way. Please click that button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video. Click that button.